hard time hearing you.
I think he said, did you want passive or regular? His regular, just your skill.
Regular perception check, please. Unless you want to go with the one I was able to roll.
Okay, well, I like your roll.
I do have it open on a second tab, so I can do your checks for you if necessary, if it doesn't work next time.
Okay. Well, I want it now, but did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I have it up now and it's working. I feel like you guys can't hear me.
I can hear you halfway.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. That's the thing I was trying to do. So you got a 6. I see your 6.
Okay, so now you see that point. Okay.
Yeah. I just needed. I don't use Beyond D&D Beyond a whole lot, so I couldn't figure out how to open the chat log. So you got a 6. We can go with the 20 if you want. You see this. You notice the same thing, but instead of hearing it so much, you see the rustling of tree branches. It seems like a great quantity of creatures are heading your direction at a high speed. You also hear you hear some grunting sounds as well. And Petal apparently Petal wants to get Winston going as soon as possible, right?
Well, I mean, if I hear a bunch of footsteps coming...
Yeah. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dajo heard that. So...
keep time. Nope, never mind.
Okay, so you have a really fast movement speed. And so you're able to get down the river and pretty quick, lickety-split. And as you turn around and look behind you, you see the shore is just littered with lizard folk that are slowly being lost in the distance, and they open fire on you with their bows and slings. And you guys are about to receive a, what would you call it, a barrage of hailstones and arrows. And I need each of you to do a Constitution saving throw.
As a hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm sorry, it's gonna take a second because I think I can throw what's it called, shield as a reaction.
You probably can.
As a reaction. I want to see if I can cover all of them. Like, I'm gonna still throw it for me, but
you can't. The only one covers you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cover me.
Okay.
And I'll try to get everyone to get behind me. Wait, spells. Here we go. And I think it's one that I don't have to roll for. I just kind of cast. Yep, but I can only cover myself. Sorry, y'all.
Gary wanted to do something. You can still do something, Gary.
Yep. Okay. I wanted to have my cougar and myself jump into the tree and kind of quietly shout to everyone that we needed to hide. And then I wanted to hide in that tree specifically.
Okay.
Before we got shot with arrows while we were still hearing movement. But I don't know if that's a possibility now.
Well, so I don't know how to handle this because basically the area you would hide in would now be would be infested with about 100 lizard folk.
I mean, if he wants to hide, let him hide.
I mean, if you want to roll for it, you can. I want to be nice, but because our communication's a little bit jumbled here tonight, and so I don't want to put you in a situation where you die because of the bad cell signal. But basically, if you let me grant you a little something extra with your perception check here, because you both got really good perception checks. You would have identified with those checks that there was an overwhelming amount of lizard folk, more than you would be able to handle, coming your direction. Does that change how you want to handle that?
So I wanted to go up 20 feet into the air, as I usually do. 20 feet's pretty good up there.
Okay.
Because that's well within both of the myself and my mount's climbing distance. And then I wanted to make my hide check.
Okay. What is your stealth check then?
So let me try. Oops.
Meanwhile, the rest of the group is rapidly moving downstream.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of the group, but Petal and Winston are hauling butt.
Oh, I'm on the back of Winston.
I'm putting Guy and Cassandra on there too, because they.
But like, yeah, I want to be like riding backwards on the very back of Winston, so I can have like my fireball ready, and I have like my arrow across my chest just to make sure.
Remember, we're towing the boat too.
I'll be on the boat.
Okay, Gary gets a 22 for stealth. Perfect. So Gary, you're. I'm gonna see what their perception is. They all get a nat 1. Wow, they must be really distracted. So they come crashing out of the trees, completely miss the fact that that Gary and the cougar just very quickly and secretively climbed 20 feet up a tree. So they have no idea you're up there, and they're all. I don't want to say angry because they don't kind of don't show emotion the same way. They're very aggressively firing as many projectiles as they can towards the boat, which is basically out of range at this point.
Okay, good, because I was like, how long does the shield last? 1 round.
So 1 round is, what, 6 seconds?
Yep.
And you can move 50 feet with Winston in 6 seconds. So in 12
Winston can dash.
With dash?
Winston can dash, which would be 100 feet in 6 seconds.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, let me pull up the sheet.
Dash, Winston, dash!
Trampling charge. Well, I don't see a dash.
It doesn't say anything about dash, but I just know that like dash is an action that pretty much anything can take.
Okay, then
doubles their speed.
You're 100 feet down river and well out of arrow range, just because, not so much because of the distance, but because of the tree coverage around you. It just wouldn't be possible to fire an arrow that far, especially with.
I feel like I'm gonna be sitting on the towed boat, just doing like a little like mockery victory dance.
What'd you call the boat?
I just said the boat. The plucked monkey.
Oh, that's right, the plucked monkey. I'm gonna call it my plucked monkey dance because I feel like I've been doing this a lot.
I'm gonna like cover Maximus's ears, at least she doesn't mean it. I'll ask questions about why the boat's named that.
Gary, because of your high vantage point and just basically your inability to not see what's going on, you can see that a few of the lizard folk break off from the main group and pursue at I'd say like a little bit faster than a walking pace, and then the rest of them sort of almost look a little frustrated and turn around and go back the direction in which they came.
Okay.
Well, that's victory, boys. Our troubles
are
over.
I'll let you know
how many of them broke off
in the jungle.
So, looks like 11 broke off, and the rest, which is, for all intents and purposes, 89, we'll just go with that, went back. You wouldn't know the actual number, but there were about 100 in that group.
Right. 11 from a multitude.
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. I feel like they're going to be really good 11.
What do you do with
So-
this?
Gary would like to grab a flask of oil.
It's time to burn the forest down again.
And he's going to follow that group up in the trees.
Okay. Let's do combination athletics and, or I'll take acrobatics, whichever you prefer, and stealth. So one of each. Since you're pursuing, be more challenging. Okay, so got a stealth.
So
and
9 for acrobatics.
Okay. Oof. Are you on the back of the cougar doing this, or are you jumping alone?
Oh no, I'm on the back of the cougar doing this, just jumping from branch to branch as he's going along.
Okay. Given it's a
Just
dense
trying to follow
jungle,
the...
yeah.
Yeah.
Your stealth, it almost goes without saying. You're silent. I'm just trying to decide. I think that that's a high enough check for the athletics. Your cougar leaps from tree to tree. Here's what doesn't go so well. He has to kind of dip in a little bit deeper into the forest in order to find trees that are close enough to jump to. So you're not at the water's edge anymore. So you're maybe about 25 feet from the water, but you're still able to continue this. It makes your ability to see the lizard folk practically impossible.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously I'm going to need to get closer to them. So I'm going to have to get lower in the trees to do that.
Yeah. In order to really pursue them directly, you probably would have to be on the ground, because the trees at the water's edge are further apart.
Okay. Roughly how far, like if I got to the water's edge by a tree, roughly how far would I believe that the raft was from me?
That's a good question. They could be a few hundred feet downriver if they hadn't stopped.
Oh.
I mean, it depends on how long it took for you to do this. You did have to wait for some time for the lizard folk to disperse. So there was a little time involved. It's hard to quantify.
Okay, I thought I was just following them as they follow the boat.
I mean, yes,
How
but
fast is the boat going?
Unless there's new information, the boat is going pretty quickly. It's going its full movement speed right now. That was the last information.
What's its full movement speed?
50.
50 right now, yeah, he just dashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
So far ahead of you.
That would have been really helpful information. Okay.
I said we were dashing.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have no choice around it now. I'm going to have to get to the ground and start running after the boat, while riding the cougar, even though the cougar's slower than what I can do. And I'm just going to keep that oil ready in case I need it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about.
I don't know if that came through or not.
No, it did. I'm just thinking here. Because you're 10 feet slower than the Triceratops, so you wouldn't be able to keep pace if they go that full speed. But
See, we would probably only go the full. We would only dash for like
A second.
a couple, maximum 2 rounds.
Yeah, like just to get ahead of
like
us.
as soon as we got far enough away to where like there wasn't just a huge mass of lizard folk with bows and arrows.
Okay, so within a minute, you're able to catch up to them. They're going a slower pace, but you're on the side of the river, and behind you, you can hear the lizard folk making some noise, not a lot, as they pursue you. But they're out of eyesight. They're just around the river bend.
Yeah, with how fast this thing is moving, I don't think that's going to matter. I'm going to jump to the boat, I guess. How far away is the boat?
Oh, I think you could do that easily.
Yeah, if I saw you coming up on the shore, I would like angle Winston over towards you. Like, I wasn't like abandoning you. I was just,
Right. Well, and for sure, I just know that Guy would be like, "Hey, we got to make sure Gary's here." You know, he like,
I was just...
even if it was just they genuinely didn't notice you, Guy would have said something.
Yeah, I was under the totally different assumptions. I thought we were on the ground. So, anyway.
Yeah, sure, I get that. Part of is because we're not using a map properly. So you're now moving downriver at a good pace, and it's safe to say you believe you have lost the lizard folk.
No,
And I
virus.
jumped back onto the raft.
A little bit though.
Yeah, you are back on the raft.
You're gonna lose that off.
Guy and Cassandra actually are working on something on the back of the boat. Cassandra is reading that journal about that came from that treasure hunter. She said she says she's identified something in the text that they had missed prior because somebody had read the journal a little too quickly or something like that. She said if you do want to try to find that bow, the temple is in it's in a canyon, not too far from here. There's actually a little map scribbled on a piece of paper, folded into the binding of the book that fell out when she was looking at it. She said, "Oh, here's the map to get there."
Yes.
And you would take about half a day on foot in order to get there. But most of that is going to be travel down the river. So with twice your movement speed with the boat, you're able to actually get there. You'd be able to get to the actual cavern in less time than that. So.
Now, in a nutshell, what does the bow do again? I remember, finding the note and the person and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. So I have a little note here I can show to you guys. It's on Roll20.
Hunting bow of chills. That's right.
I'm close to finding the hunting bow of chills. I've tracked it down to the altar of Thrond. It's apparently guarded by a. The writing trails off unexpectedly. So that was his little journal entry that had gotten ripped out. Wow, journal entry. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm thinking accounting. It was his little scribble in his journal that got ripped out.
I'm very interested in going to find this bow.
I guess I can turn off the battle music now.
And heading toward the canyon.
Okay. You surmise that if you go one more hex on this river path, that you will be able to get there no problem. Can I have a navigation roll from our navigator? It would be...
Yeah, but there's no navigation skill.
Yeah, so it's just a D20 with your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so I have a 2 on... Oh, okay, alright. So how do I just roll a d20 then?
I think you can just click the bottom left, and then there's a D20.
Oh.
Yeah, you can click the plus whatever on... Never mind. You can't.
There we go. Ooh. Yeah, I think I know where it's at.
What do you get? What do you get? Ooh, 20. Nice. So you just one more time, since I'm this is like the second time using this really simple set of rules. That means you have a perfect navigation roll for this day, which means it's practically impossible for you to get lost. I mean, it's actually it is impossible for you to get lost. So my roll there, the number 5, which you're not supposed to see, but I didn't. I messed up and didn't do a GM roll. That would have been if you did get lost, and it would have redirected you a different direction.
It would be nice if you could get rid of that whole ball.
So why is that a different color? I changed it to red. You enter a new portion of the jungle, and I've got a description right now for it. I can show it to you guys. You pass into a darker area of this river. The jungle foliage hangs high and low. The trees seem to have grown in size almost tenfold. As you pass into the shadow of the forest, light becomes dim and colors muted. You marvel at the sheer size of the trees that now surround you. The transition from jungle to what I'm calling mega jungle strikes you as very abrupt. One could almost draw a line at the border of the two. The sounds here are very different. Instead of cheery birdsong and happy grasshoppers, you hear the sounds of ravens and crows and ravens, the croaking of frogs and toads, and a loud and overwhelming sound of hissing cicadas.
I love cicadas.
I put on my insect repellent.
Excellent move. I'm going to have Guy and Cassandra do the same.
Yeah, I will as well.
I think that's wise.
What was the roll?
It's basically you just deduct one insect repellent.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Isn't each one like it has like 20 uses?
That's what I'm checking right now.
Yeah, 20 uses.
That's what I think. I think. Yeah, when I did like the amount on D&D Beyond, I just did whatever I bought times 20.
So
I can keep track of it.
If you did the salve, it has 20 applications for one vial, and it lasts you for 1 day. It's waterproof and doesn't wash it off in the rain. So, very nice. Within a few minutes, you're really glad to have put that on, as there's a lot of buzzing of insects around you. It's, despite having the salve, they still like get in your face and stuff, but they don't land on you and bite you at all. They just in general annoy you instead of actually hurting you. So
okay.
I need to check your sheets here.
How big is that raft?
I can't remember. Do you, Zach?
We made it pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, we spent the better part of a day laying out multiple holes.
Okay. Is it larger than 20 feet wide?
Probably not.
Okay. Roundabout, kind of front and center in the raft, I'm going to start burning a single insect burn block.
Okay.
So that way it kind of begins to, with us moving through the water, I imagine it would be going backwards, at the rest of the raft.
That makes sense. Oh, hang on. I also have realized I need to bug dope Sharkan and Maximus. I'm guessing dinosaurs aren't so concerned about the mosquitoes with, like, the hide.
Yeah, the Triceratops doesn't seem to care. It's a little bit like cattle having flies on them. I mean, it can occasionally like sticking its head over and like rubbing its side as best as it could with its like the side of its crest, but it can't really reach the bugs, so it doesn't matter too much. Plus, the water splashing is kind of helping a bit with that.
Right.
I'm trying to find Guy's character sheet.
Well, Sharkan and Maximus have both been slathered up. I figure I mark off one use each. Sharkan is a large beast, so he probably uses a little more than one. But Maximus is a small beast, so he probably uses a little less than one. I figure it balances out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Petal and Gary, you notice the off to the right that the terrain, where once there was really dense tall trees in this new area, there's a portion that seems to be rocky, and it's about 50 feet wide, and it takes off. I guess it would be north on this map, so it's on the right side of the river as you go down this river. It takes off north, and as it does, the earth around it gets taller, almost like walls, creating sort of almost like a channel. It still has foliage growing in the bottom of it, but it's strikingly different than the rest of the jungle around it.
Interesting. Is there anything color-wise different about those trees?
No.
Can I do like a survival check?
Yeah.
Just to kind of like a vibe check, like a perception check or survival check to like kind of vibe check that.
Yeah.
That'll be a 21.
You recognize this as the opening up of not a ravine, canyon. That's the word.
Okay. Okay. Well, guys, I think we're on the right track.
So, sorry, for clarification real quick, does it look more like natural or man-made?
Very natural.
Okay, cool, never mind then.
Yep.
I was about to do something, but...
Oh. Yeah, it looks completely natural to you.
I'll hold off for right now.
Are you saying anything about it to the people who didn't notice?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely inform. I was going to inform everybody that. Hey, I think we're on the right track here.
Cassandra says, "Oh yes, that's it's supposed to open up by the riverside, and then if we follow that canyon, it will take us to the cave entrance, which is on the journey to the actual temple."
Okay. Okay. So we got to park the boat here. How far are we away from the lizard people? Like, how much time worth of travel are we away from the horde of lizard people?
You're probably anywhere from 1 to 5 miles away from them. It depends on where they stopped pursuing you, if they did.
Yeah, that's concerning. Well, we could leave Guy and Winston. I mean, Winston's going to be here. Leave Guy here.
We can leave my cougar to watch the place as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot who Winston was for a moment.
You should bring Sharkan. He'll leave the cougar.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And then Maximus can be the run between.
That's fewer people for me to manage.
He can do the rest of the Hermes.
I didn't bring in the one map I wanted. Sad. Oh well. Well, you guys are just going to have to imagine this map. You disembark. There's a nice little spot where the river is kind of shielded by a bank, and so the flow of water is arrested. It's pretty still in this almost like a tiny lagoon on the side of the river, and there's a couple bushes over there, and so you could reasonably assume that you could tie off the boat inside of that little area and perhaps hide it, disguise it behind those bushes.
Okay.
Which Guy sets about, and he says, "I'll see you when you get back. Don't worry about me. I got this handled." But
So
Cassandra,
convenient that we have an extra person to just help us out. Man, if only we had stopped that one thief to, do the same thing, so we had a full party. No.
that's what Cassandra's for. If you have to.
I was entirely joking, but yeah.
She's going to join you this time, though. She says, it says here that we're going to have to walk for probably about a mile. It's going to take a little time. What would be they don't use miles in Fantasy World. What would they say? They would say like a half an hour walk or something like that.
Your Fantasy World, man.
Well, I'm trying to.
Well, I guess it's not. I guess it's technically the D&D one.
Well, about that, I haven't run any encounters or had any NPCs from the book actually as they're written. This has all been.
Ooh.
This has all been me so far.
Well, right on.
So it's Dan's Tomb of Annihilation, which could turn into something else, but
I'm here for it.
there were a couple things about the pre-built NPCs that I was like, I do not like that, and so I decided to change them, and I think it's working. But anyway, the canyon opens up in front of you. It starts to get a little bit wider, and as it's getting wider, the walls get really tall. At a certain point, you're walking past cliff faces that are about 50 feet to 100 feet tall. Just these huge rocky cliff sides, bless you, with lots of moss and vines growing down them. The whole area is made of light gray stone, but it's got this green tint to it because it's just covered in foliage. There's a little bit of water running along it, back down towards the river as you're actually walking slightly uphill. Let's have perception check, please.
I don't know about these plebes, but I am not walking like common folk. I am riding a beautiful, elegant orange and black tiger.
Oh no, Elvira is walking barefoot amongst the dirt instead of loving it in this new forest with a 20. A dirty 20, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, 23.
Rock.
Oops.
Loving it.
I rolled Gary's by accident. I meant to roll Cassandra's.
Nah, I'm taking mine.
Yeah, no, I just clicked the wrong sheet. Oh, shit.
I got an 8.
Okay. 14, 23, 18, and 20. Those are all successful. Up ahead of you, the canyon narrows, and you can see. Actually, let me move you to the random battle map, and I'll draw it for you. It'll be easier. I know I'm going to have to explain it to Gary, but just bear with me for a second here.
None of us have a bear. How am I supposed to bear with you?
I'm a tiger with you.
Why do you pain me so?
Father, why have you forsaken me? Does it you to watch me suffer?
I accidentally took Winston off this map. Oops. But he's not with you. That works perfectly.
He's not. Just Sharkan. Just my big, beautiful boy. I assume he's a boy. I don't know.
Why's he gotta be a boy?
Because Sharkan.
I rolled I rolled to see if my cougar was male or female, and it turned out female,
That local solution.
which just makes the joke even better. But
Okay.
It was meant to be.
yeah,
Okay, here you go. So I'm going to draw it here. Get to a point where the rocks narrow. And there's a lot more obstacles. Just imagine those filled in. Those are rock croppings. They're taller than you'd be able to just simply vault up onto. They're ranging from about 10 to 20 feet tall. Very rough. Some of them are made up out of stones that look like they had maybe broken off and fallen down off the cliff sides.
what I'm hearing is I should have brought my cougar so I could jump up onto them.
Right. Can I hop up for a better view?
You may. It's, what was the check we were doing for the cougar to do that? Was it athletics?
Athletics, yeah,
Okay.
would make the most sense.
So the tiger does would need to do an athletics check for that. And do you know what he rolls for that? If not, I can pull it up.
Yeah, I got in here. That'll be an 11.
Okay. That is fine. You get up on... Which one do you want to go on to? Why don't you let me know?
Whatever's closest. I just want to pop up and see what I can see.
Probably this one up here. So,
Yeah.
pedal... I don't have your tiger on here for some reason, so you're going to have to imagine him.
He's just down in the corner by Guy.
As you jump up on there,
By Garrett, yeah. Okay.
you notice some odd, out-of-place looking structure peeking up over the edge of the rock on the other side. It's brown and it's dimensional. You know what I'm? Do you know what I mean by dimensional? It's like geometric.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Petal pointing at it on the map?
He will in a moment. Now he is. So, actually, why don't I just draw a little bit of something? You see something over here, the brown X.
Okay, I'm definitely me and Sharkan are definitely gonna check that out.
Okay. Explain how you want to do that.
Well, I'm just gonna ride over to it real cautious-like.
Okay.
And I'd like to do some sort of investigation, perception check.
Go for it.
That'll be a 10.
10. You notice an old lumber structure, unknown what its purpose is, that is covered in, not covered, but it's starting to be covered in moss. It's definitely worse for wear. It's seen some better days, and there's a bit of rope attached to it in a way that you can't quite identify what its purpose is.
Okay. Can I go inside the structure to kind of investigate? Or is it not big enough?
It's kind of more not a structure that you can go into, more as a set of poles and dimensional lumber strung across. It's why don't I'll improve the drawing now that you've gotten over there. So what you see, oh come on, roll 20. Every time I change a tool, it changes the color on me, which is really irritating. So let's start with, there's a beam here. Oh, it's hollow, dang it, hollow beam. Beam here, and then there's a broken beam. that fell down. It's kind of blocking the way. And then, strung across it,
Could this have been like a rope ladder bridge at some point?
it doesn't really look like a bridge, and then your intuition tells you that there wouldn't really need to be a bridge anyway, because the the ground here is easily passable. So it's how do I put this? It could have been a bridge, but you're not sure why there would need to be a bridge. That's the rope hanging off of it. Seems kind of weirdly placed, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason to why it's here. But that is there nonetheless. Your comrades, unless they want otherwise, they've caught up most of the way to you at this point. And Cassandra is going to be a little bit more daring, and she's actually going to walk right up to it. Start investigating. What did Gary and Elvira want to do?
Gary is going to grab a flask of oil and continue.
I'm just going to, assume you have oil ready every time we do something.
Yeah, that's basically his go-to.
Elvira wants to look for any kind of runes or markings that may indicate what this was for, anything like that.
Yeah, after a little bit of searching, no need for a check on this one. You find something that looks very comparable to a noose.
A noose?
Yes.
Oh. I explained, I have this theory that, hey, y'all, this might have been used as, an execution spot. And I hold up the noose.
Cassandra looks at it and she puzzles. Wait. It doesn't look that old. Look at the rest of the structure, and she points out how the rest of the structure is significantly older than the piece of rope that you're holding up, which, by the way, you got from probably about 10 or 15 feet away from that structure. You found it kind of laying off on the side. There's a bunch more cordage over there.
I think it's been used for that recently, at least. Can I do a history check, though, to see if I can, see anything else? If it is older than this news.
History. I suppose that's applicable. Yeah, if you'd like to.
Alright. Ooh, a 22.
I'm gonna give you this. You, through your extensive knowledge of fisherman's knots, which you apparently know about, the knot on this noose is skillfully made and very different than the kind that are on the wooden structure, almost as if they had zero relevancy to each other. The two are not connected, in other words. You realize that they are unrelated to each other.
Weird place.
Over where you found that noose, you also noticed, you saw a bunch of other cordage, and roll I'm not handling this great. Roll perception for me.
In doubt, perception it out. Ew. I only have 3.
Unfortunate.
That's why you have to pass them, so.
You're just a little weirded. You're just a little surprised at the amount of leaves that are on the ground. Just that's weird. But whatever.
Gary's gonna stay away from the leaves, or at least the clumped up amounts of leaves.
Okay.
You can see why, yep.
Now that you know they are here, now that you have noticed them, let me indicate where they are. So they are... drawing it out right now. Anywhere in that green circle is where the leaves are. That's not a circle. In that green shape is where the leaves are. There's quite a lot of them, but they don't seem to be very evenly scattered, and for some reason most of them are not by the wooden structure that's in front of you.
Is the ground below them easily seen?
No.
Some poorly placed traps, yeah.
Right. I know a thing or two about deception.
Is there
I don't-
a rock around? Just like a regular sized rock that I could like throw and do damage with?
Yeah, there are stones on the ground. What are you going to do with them?
I'm going to toss it towards the middle of one of those leaf piles.
Okay. You do that, and instantly the ground erupts and leaves go flying everywhere. And zooming up is a net being held by a rope. And if you look upward, you can see there's a contraption at the top of the cliffside that is responsible for rocketing that net upwards. And on the contraption are a bunch of little metal things, and they start going cling, clang, cling, clang, cling, cling.
Gary's going to say, we should probably go.
Someone might be listening in.
Yeah, me and Sharkan are going to hop down over here, away from the traps, and keep trucking.
Okay.
Also, I think I'm the sturdiest individual here.
With
Actually,
the
that's
tire.
not true. I think Sharkan is the sturdiest. Yeah, Sharkan is the sturdiest individual here, but so I don't mind taking a point.
What is the nearest tree?
It is 50 feet upwards.
50 feet up?
As
in the
in
air?
No, it's on the cliff side. There are no trees down in this canyon.
Oh, okay. So I'm 50 feet away from the nearest tree.
If you were right next to the wall, yes.
Is there something that would be reasonable that I could climb up more than like double head height? So like 10 plus feet up.
Do you have climbing tools? I feel like you have climbing tools.
I do, and I have a climbing speed.
Okay, so if you were to utilize those, you could feasibly walk along the steep but not straight up and down wall of the canyon, which would get you whatever height you want. I mean, you could technically climb all the way up the cliff walls, either side.
Is there something I can like climb up and hide onto like I would with the trees usually?
There's definitely a little outcropping that you could climb up onto. It kind of recedes a little bit. It's concave, so it kind of recedes into the wall, almost like a little pocket that you could definitely duck into.
I'm gonna make my way to that and try and hide in there.
Okay. I'd say it's just up ahead of you, so it's not right where the trap was.
Okay.
And the others have already vacated the area. What are your plans, guys?
Nyum.
Reset the map here.
Super speedy boy.
Super speedy boy, huh?
I'm definitely gonna advance. I'll take the lead out front. We can always cheese it if we need to.
Once I find my hiding spot, I'm gonna pull that oil flask out again.
Okay, so
Man, you gotta take like a rank in wizard or something just to get firebolt, so you can light those on fire from a distance.
Firebolt.
Nope.
The whole wide world.
he is determined to not do anything magic, unfortunately.
Okay.
Guys.
No, that's fine by me.
Yep, that is a character trait that he's got. Is he will not use magic. For reasons.
Sorry, guys, I went and got a snack.
That is okay. I
We're
was
still in the canyon, heading down our way.
setting something
Yep,
up
we
real
have yet to
fast.
come across any folks.
Okay.
We should have taken a short or long rest before we went down here, but anyways.
Is this
What time of
working?
day is it?
Are you able to see what I just drew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I'm Joe.
No.
Okay, Dajo. Smart Alec.
What day is it?
Friday. It's the 2nd.
With the jokes.
Yeah, he's really cracking a lot of jokes. Come on, roll 20. There we go. It's like, I know you can do it. Just do it. All right, so you encounter another big structure in your way. It even blocks Gary's line of sight further down the canyon. It's just this big, big boulder. Not even a boulder. It's almost like an island. As if this was a river channel, this would just be an island. And it reaches up just as tall as the cliff walls surrounding it.
In that case, I see a good spot. I'm going to roll up to this little choke point here and kind of post up a little bit. I'll hop off Shere Khan and I'll kind of post up and see what I can see.
Okay, immediately. Well, as you're walking up there, you notice that Dan is bad at drawing. Something above you, all the way up at the top.
Oh. Ruh-roh.
Living or non-living?
It is.
Is that a trap or
It is a big bridge.
a big bridge? Okay.
Well, big bridge. It's a small bridge. I don't know why I said big. Probably because I'm focusing on drawing it. It's a bridge. It's a wooden bridge. It is rather poorly made. I don't know if it comes across for you, but my drawing is actually coming out great. The boards look raggedy and broken and stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
That's unintentional. That's a glitch, but it's working in my favor. It's a little bit.
Does
It's like
this
a rope
bridge look
bridge.
like it's sized for medium creatures or small creatures?
Medium.
Okay. That rules out what I had suspected.
Humans are like medium creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Roll 20. Come on, roll 20. There we go. Yeah, it's about 4 feet wide, and it's about 20 feet long. And it spans the distance between the what in the world is this? I just forgot what it's called again. I was going to call it a ravine.
A canyon?
Canyon, thank you. It spans the canyon to that island in the middle. There's definitely a couple pieces of broken boards at your feet. A short length of old ratty rope that seems to have fallen. There's a lot of holes in the bottom of that bridge.
Is there a chance of being able to climb up the bridge?
Not from where you're situated right now. You could climb down from your side, walk over to the other, or walk over to the big island and climb either of those. But you for sure could do it, and it would take one turn of climbing speed, I think, for you. I think.
Okay. Yeah, definitely gonna do that from the island side. And kind of slowly, when I get to the top, just to make sure that I can see what's around me, being careful.
Okay. Did a no. Did a mistake. Alright, you're up on top. There's nothing up here but trees at the moment. Trees and rocks.
Okay. Can I see anything else that's like around that looks of any interest?
Yeah, actually, if you move all the way, I'm gonna give you a little help because you can't see the map, and that would make all the difference in that decision. If you move up to the edge, all of a sudden you see something. Looking down from the edge, you see two small creatures on the other side of the island. Let's have you do a... What kind of a knowledge check? Oh, well, you've got Volo's Guide to Monsters, so I don't know what kind of check it would be. Shoot.
Nature?
You could do nature. You could also do insight. Whichever you prefer, with advantage for having Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Boop. Boop. Okay.
10.
And I'll try more. Yeah, I'll take that 10.
You don't know what they are. But they have scaly skin and they are small. They have 2 horns apiece.
Okay.
Each of them has red skin.
Alright. Okay. Alright. So, is there something that I could tie a rope to without drawing their attention?
Yeah, there's a tree behind you that would be excellent for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna toss the rope and kind of like make a, like a don't make a sound type of gesture, like cutting at the throat, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And then after I do that, then I kind of like come up gesture.
Oh, I see. So you're wanting them to climb up. Okay. Cassandra catches. She figures it out better than Dan did.
And you, Cassandra.
Elvira, are you coming too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How about Pedal?
Pedal's gonna stay on the ground with his tiger
Okay.
because I don't think we can get the tiger up there.
Yeah. At this point, I can just remove the dynamic lighting. You guys know what's there. Did you like that? I felt like that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the idea of what was going on here. I didn't see any of the visuals, but I'm sure they were great. Got a little tough action going on here.
The Elvira and Cassandra join you, and Cassandra is going to be stealthy. Can't speak
as
for
they
Elvira.
get up there.
He's gonna attempt
So
to
yeah, as they get up there,
do I need to roll?
like,
Yeah, roll for stealth. Go ahead, Dajo. Cassandra got a nat 1 on stealth, but I want to hear what you say.
okay. Well, Gary was gonna like look at Elvira and kind of make a like you and me gesture, and then kind of like a stabbing gesture, and then pointing. But then I imagine that's gonna get interrupted.
Yeah, yeah.
5 on myself, so.
Still got that oil in my hand, just for the record.
Yeah. So Cassandra kicks a rock by accident, and immediately she's like, oh no. The rock goes down, clatters on the bottom of the canyon where the 2 creatures are, and makes enough of a racket that they turn and they face it. Which means actually the one near you turns around 180 degrees and looks the other way, but the other one advances closer. And they kind of almost like sandwich right above where the rock was, which is this little black
I'm
thing.
my flask of oil on the furthest away one.
Oh,
Can Gary and I team up on an attack?
I think so.
Could he like throw oil and then I'll ignite it with my fireball? We can make bombs.
Ooh,
That was the idea, which she probably would have a kind of like a jump to, since I was already trying to gesture that to her, and she'd be like, "Wait, I have an idea," and then just also coming up with the same idea.
that is
Very nice,
awesome.
very nice. So you douse them in oil and then I'll soak them down with some fire thrower.
Now, man, what do you need is to lob the oil over their heads, and then you shoot it with the firebolt that breaks and catches fire and drops on them.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
That's so cool.
So I know exactly what to do.
Gary...
So I guess I'll be throwing that, and then does she want to try and hit the flask of oil in the air, or is she going to try and... Because, like, Gary's just going to be throwing where he's going to throw, because he doesn't know to do that extra little bit.
Yeah, I'll just hit him in the air then. And we'll see where it rains.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll with disadvantage?
So...
I think so.
The thing that I would suggest, and this is just from 3.5, so I don't know how this would translate, but when you would target something specific like a hand or a neck or whatever, you would get -2 on your roll.
That was the other thing I was thinking, and I couldn't remember where I got that from. So let's do the -2. Cause
I like that, yeah.
I was like, I want to do that, but I couldn't remember if that was an official rule or not.
Okay, so with -2, I get a 16 to hit.
There's no official AC for it. You hit it. The dice says you hit it. Why not? One or both of you want to explain what this amazing teamwork you guys just did?
I think we had a very epic game of charades where we were like pointing to each other and then like yeah, and then
And then Gary just lobs that, flask of oil, expecting that he's going to hit that one creature, which I totally don't know what it is at all in any way. And, and he's just expecting that that's going to happen. And instead, boom, right there in the middle of the air, blah, flames of, molten oil are now falling down.
It erupts. The flask goes from this little shape full of fluid that is inert to all of a sudden exploding into this cloud of flames. You can no longer see the oil. You can just see flames, and it's now raining down oil in little droplets that just covers the ground for, I would say, about that size, which that's that's 18-20 feet in diameter. You guys threw this from pretty high up. It had a long time to disperse. The two creatures get doused in oil and start flailing about on the ground, trying to put it out, and they each take damage.
And by this point, Gary and I have most certainly fist bumped.
They're completely, what would you say, focused on just trying to put out the fire that's on them. So there's no initiative roll yet because they're flailing around on the ground trying to extinguish the fire.
So Gary's going to try and run up and get a surprise attack on him with his rapier.
Oh, I'm going to shoot one for sure, too, by the way.
You can totally do that, Gary, but it's going to take about a turn to get down first, and Petal would definitely have time to shoot before that happens.
Go, Petal.
So, hear me out. Using my climb speed of, being, tabaxi, and then using that, absurd movement to do what I need to do.
Can you remind me what your climbing speed is?
20 feet.
Okay, it would take more than one turn to get down, just because we'll say the other side was 50 feet, but it's not. It's a little bit lower on this side, so it's 40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely were
I
ahead of.
completely misunderstood what I was looking at, or what I'm not looking at.
Ah. Um.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm just gonna like spider crawl down this thing, like just absolute Spider-Man doing that. But rather than having my rapier, in hand to go do that, since I know it's gonna be more than one turn, can I also make a stealth check while I'm spider crawling?
Yeah, you could do that, and then Pedal, make your attack roll. Cassandra's gonna back you up here.
It'll be a 21 to hit.
21 hits. How much damage does that do?
4.
Nothing.
That kills one.
It's all about using just enough force to accomplish the job, guys. That's what it's about. It's definitely not about a bad shot.
Cassandra gets a 4 plus 2. So that's, if I remember correct, that's a word now. That is not enough. So she whiffs it with her frostbite spell. Just sails high right over the creature's head.
Elvira's gonna keep spraying firebolt from up there.
Okay. What was your attack roll? Did you roll it already?
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Oh, no problem.
Firebolt.
I just lost track because I was doing it too.
Okay, and that was a 19.
That hits.
Wait, it's 120 feet. Can I reach that from where I am?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, cool. That's 10 damage.
Yeah, it's.
Dang, if you want max
I'll just
damage,
take the closest one.
you roll max
I
damage.
did roll max damage, yes.
Nice.
Gary, unfortunately, by the time you get to the ground, it's dead. They're both dead.
Womp
Okay.
womp.
You said they're scaling?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. They're like, search them.
So,
Search them.
Gary, now
I'm
that you're
gonna,
close enough, you could do another attempt to figure out what they are.
Go for the gold.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing that, but the first thing I'm gonna do, because I noticed that they're scaly, is it's in my mind that they are somehow related to lizard folk, whether they are or not, don't care. And I'll bite one of them and taste and find out what it tastes like.
Oh, okay. Well, you notice that they have a much different. Okay, so lizard folk are foul, but this is a different kind of foul taste. It's also significantly smaller.
Oh yeah.
They are probably
I'm
about.
fairly certain I know what it is. But,
They're probably about 2 feet tall,
Let me go ahead.
maybe 3 feet tall.
Yep.
Cassandra's already climbed down, and I think Elvira, if you want to, you may as well.
I already know what.
Can I make a nature check to figure that out?
You can.
Advantage? Or
Yeah.
no?
If Petal or Elvira wants to assist you, you could do it with advantage. You got Volo's Book of Monsters too. Oh, that would give you advantage. Just do that.
I feel like I have a theory as to what it is, and if I'm right, I think Elvira would pretty much at least know what one is.
Yeah.
If not having come up at least at one point,
I'm realizing
coming at some point.
you guys cannot see the nameplate, can you? That's perfect. Ha ha! I thought you could see the nameplate, and I was giving it away this whole time, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I saw it.
Really super cool.
Okay, so pick up that phone for me.
So you, Gary, you identify these as kobolds.
Called it!
They
I didn't actually say it out loud.
these
We
two,
should definitely search their pockets for sure. We need to strip them.
yeah, these two are the basic grunts. They are carrying. They each have slings and daggers on them. They are not wearing any.
This thing.
You may have a sling. There's 2 slings available. You have one of them, and there's a bag of stones as well.
You know what? I'll take that bag of stones.
Perfectly shaped little sling stones. Okay.
How many stones in the bag?
There are 15 stones.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So definitely grabbing that, and gonna be checking that other one while everyone else is making their way over. But as soon as I get to that second one, I'm also gonna take a bite into him and just find out what he tastes like.
Same thing.
So, quick
I
question.
assume so, but all the same.
Go for it, Zach.
So, quick question, and I'm sure, this being a little adventurer group, Hell would have probably broached this subject on the boat ride at some point, but how are we going to split up loot? Because, the only loot we really gotten was the dragon's treasure, and we all just kind of, some of us stuffed our pockets like greedy snakes. And by some of me. But how do we want to do that?
Need before greed?
But I mean, I'm down, especially because that means I'm probably going to get a bow. But I would. The only thing is so let's say someone's really weak, right? And we have a buff axe swinging character. You might think, oh, the buff axe swinging character needs the +2 belt of giant strength or whatever, right? So he can swing his axe harder. Or maybe the person who's weak would want it to cover a deficiency. So I mean, I guess I'm totally down for that.
I suppose it would come down to everybody talking while a rogue doesn't steal everything.
Okay.
Because he's neutral good and would not do that.
Okay.
How with that? It helped me learn about all these magical stuff too. So,
as part of your investigating the dead bodies, you notice that they are each wearing uniforms. The same kind. They're wearing robes instead of armor. Okay. And the robes are rough spun tunic. I guess you could call them tunics, not robes. And on the back is an emblem that I have not designed, so I don't have a description for it, but it's very recognizable. So it's...
Dan.
Yeah.
You said they're 2-3 feet tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're as tall as me. I could wear one.
Oh, you could! Oh my goodness! Wow.
I mean, if it wasn't all caught on fire and burned.
I'm absolutely masquerading as a kobold now.
Okay, so he's got a good point. They're definitely a little more tattered now. One of them is in better condition than the other. It's got a couple burn holes on it, but it's not completely burned. Let's put it that way.
that'd be a cool helmet, though.
It's certainly
a kobold head.
I would say your intuition. You believe that it wouldn't be all that strange for the tunic. If you were to, let's say, if you were to walk into a group of other kobolds and try to pretend to be one, they wouldn't bat an eye at the couple extra burn holes in your tunic. Let's just put it that way.
Came out with a kobold helmet.
Neat.
Yeah. So these two are dead.
100% putting on that tunic while everyone else makes their way down.
Yeah. There is a. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Eventually, want to go back and get my rope.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
But I'd say before the next thing, I do that.
Okay. Cassandra stands up with a piece of paper in her hand and she says, I can't read this. This is in some other kind of writing.
Let me take a look at it. See if it's in Draconic.
It is.
But I know.
I speak Draconic.
You do speak Draconic. It's a very useful skill to have. It says, no more failures will be tolerated. Your job is simple: alert if there is an intruder. Something like that. Kind of like really broken, draconic, not super intelligibly written and messy handwriting.
I guess that failure won't have to be tolerated, will it? Good on them.
I would like to do an investigation check to see if try to figure out if these are the only two that were here, or if somebody went back to like warn the rest of them.
Oh, so you're trying to see if there is an obvious. Explain it one more time for me so I understand.
So, like, we found two of them here, but we also just found a note saying, "Hey, it's your job is not to like guard; it's to like let you're a warning system." So, to my thought, if there were 3 guards, 2 of them might try to hold us off, while the third one ran to like get help or something, or like. Well, I guess they didn't actually see us before we attacked, so.
Yeah, they didn't see you.
Okay, never mind. We're good.
I was gonna say, it's like I feel like that would be counteracted by when I first found them.
Yeah,
But we never even rolled initiative.
you at this moment are unaware of any sort of warnings, ability for them to warn somebody that you were there. Yeah. That doesn't mean there isn't one, but you don't know of one as of now. You do see off in the distance there are a couple ladders on the side of the rope ladders on the side of the canyon. Definitely very ratty looking ones, and they go all the way up on the eastern side. That would be the right side of the canyon, and no, I mean you that's all you see from the distance from where you are right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, not a whole lot down here, but if you but you're welcome to look around. There's a bunch of this spot that you missed because you climbed up on top of the island, just so you know.
I'm gonna go back up to the top.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I gotta get my rope.
Before you even climb the rope, Elvira, as you turn around, you notice that there is a wooden structure with a bell hanging on it and a rope hanging from the bell.
Okay, again, can I look around and see if there's any like runes or writing, like either an insight or a history check to see if there's any indication as to like an organization, a group, a religion, like anything, a location?
I'm not so good at this. There are. What's that?
I said generalized is better because that's what she's looking for.
Yeah, there's we'll put it this way because I'm still learning how to ad-lib this stuff. You see signs that there are definitely active kobolds over here. This is a normal guard's post. The bell is there, presumably in order to alert the rest of the tribe, unless it's bigger than a tribe.
Then I want to get up in the bell and take out whatever is going to make it sound, like cut the rope.
Okay, yeah, you completely
Take out the little bell ball in there.
Disarm the ball.
Disarm. That's a great way to put it. There's, in fact, in addition to that, there's a wooden cage that is big enough to hold a medium-sized creature, with a wooden door to it, and inside of it is there's a couple pieces of junk inside of there.
When we see that, Gary's gonna say, "What if I could convince or capture one of those creatures and bring it back in here, and then you speak the language they do, right?"
Pedal, you speak.
I do speak Draconic. I can speak a number of languages.
So could you speak with the what's it called? Kobolds.
I could speak with the kobolds.
Could we find a jail cell to hold it in? Hold one in?
So you say, so we capture one, put him in the jail, interrogate him? Absolutely.
That sounds like plans, man.
Yeah.
The junk you see in the cage is really quite boring, so there's no point in even mentioning it. You have a plan. Now, if you remember correctly, there is a bridge from the island over to the side, and you now have found a convenient way to get up there with your rope. Just point that out real fast.
Okay, well, so Gary, I think you and me should probably, as the sneaky people, should probably try to sneak around and try to catch us a little cobalt to interrogate.
I'm gonna stay up top on this and see if I can keep an eye out around what's going on.
Okay.
Can I still see them at what's get a bird eye view of them and what they're doing?
Elvira on top. What about the rest of you? Are you on top or down below?
Yeah, I'll come. I mean, we're gonna cross this bridge, right?
Because I'm pretty sure Gary wanted to be up top.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be in the spot that I can hide best because I want to be making perception checks, looking around, to make sure that I can find them before they find us, but also staying out of view.
Okay.
And going up top is not the way to do that. So, I'm gonna avoid going up.
Gary, I'm gonna put you in another little alcove on the side of the wall again, like before. Unless you want differently, that's gonna get you a similar kind of the outcome you're describing there.
Yeah.
And Cassandra is going to move up a little bit and post up by this wall and stealth.
I'm all set up in cobalt gear, right?
You are in cobalt gear.
They're not even going to notice the difference. I'm going to walk around like I own the place. Wait! I have an even better idea. Hold on. I know I bought some of these. I do. Okay. I have manacles. So, they're handcuffs, right?
Death Star this. I'm telling you right now.
What?
We're not gonna Death Star this. I'm not a Wookiee.
We're not doing Get Help. We are not doing Get Help.
We're gonna do Get Help. So, I can put him in the manacles in such a way where it looks like they're there, and like they're actually on him, but not actually latched in. And I mean, they're not gonna know. And by the time they do, so will we. So, I want to relay that idea to Petal.
Petal, okay with that?
Because that gives us an advantage where we no longer have to hide. We can get up close, and by the time they can, find out different, it'll be too late. And then what I'll want to do, and I'll relay this to them, is that at the point where we get close enough to the one that we want to try and make it a thing on, I'm gonna yank on the manacles as if I'm trying to pull him, and by doing so, make it so that he would fall into that other kobold.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm not doing that for sure. These things are clearly animals that depend on teamwork, which I don't see any ranged weapons, so as long as I'm staying away from them, I'll be able to pick them up. I don't want to get surrounded.
Nope.
I don't know if Petal knows about pack tactics. I would assume that he would understand that they exist.
Yeah.
And this group might be a candidate for that.
I'm don't worry, Gary. They also don't seem that smart. Cassandra and I were not that stealthy getting up there, and they didn't see any of it coming.
That's true.
And you did have the advantage of
stupid, which we are definitely going to use to our advantage. It'll be easy to stay away from them.
Okay. So, if they can be, kind of up wherever. I also have a net. What is Petal wearing?
Petal is wearing leather armor that appears to be made out of a variety of very different leathers.
Patchwork leather?
Yeah, different, but like, you might see like alligator leather, some sort of, just leather from different types of creatures. Like,
Are there any capes or cloaks?
no cloak or cape.
Okay.
And like, it's all like crystallized or vaguely camouflaged.
Okay.
Gosh,
One problem with your deception plan of pretending to be them, you don't
Yeah.
speak their language. So, what happens when one of them like chirps at you, and you don't chirp back?
Can you throw your voice?
he's done it before.
I have a +3 to performance. Do with that what you will.
He did it last session.
I did do it last.
You can throw your voice to make it seem like, it's coming from me.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
I have
That's
a +5 to deception.
The
Okay.
other side of the clearing. So
that
it
is
don't-
that is a really cool plan.
Okay. I still don't want to be the guy in the handcuffs, though.
I mean, I could put you in a net if you prefer that.
No, I don't want to be the bait. That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't want to be Scooby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are you doing this
So-
down in the bottom of the canyon or up on top on the walls? I lost track of you there. I need to know where you are, where you're going with this, or location
Well, right
wise.
now, we're kind of just talking amongst ourselves, trying to figure things out before we actually enact things.
Okay.
So, is Petal gonna be Scooby, or
No.
was that a yes?
What's your roll?
Hmm.
17.
It'd be a really cool performance.
For once, I'm sitting back, not doing
Are you
anything.
going to be Scooby?
I'm
I know.
uncomfortable.
I'm definitely not. I'm not going to be bait.
What do you want me to do? Dress and Dragon Dance? Who?
Can I make a persuasion check?
No, you cannot. Petal does not trust you specifically enough to be bait in this plan.
Okay.
Look, what we can do is leave shiny stuff out. I know about kobolds. We'll just bait them with something stupid, like it'll make it sound like something.
Why don't we just?
We could go bump in the night and they'll come up.
Why don't we just sneak up with your net and grab one of them and drag them back here? Like, what's wrong with that?
Idea. Okay, Shiny's on the ground. I will have a net under my cloak that I'm now wearing, their little, roby thing, right?
Mhm.
We'll make some sound, and then I'm going to be pretending to, be getting the Shinies, collecting or looking at them, while another one comes up. So he doesn't think he's, in a bad position. He thinks he's joining.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's just go for it. No time like the present.
Cassandra turns to you. She actually comes back to you because you guys are separated. She says, I think someone's coming."
Let's hide and just make a net ready.
Okay. I'm going to have that net underneath my little cloak. I'm going to be hiding it. And I am going to... What can I drop that'd be like... I guess coins, right?
Coins or
Wait, just come up here with us.
or gems.
If they're coming, just get up on the island and get your net ready.
Well, if they think that, I'm there and I'm one of them, they'll be off guard.
I mean, that's fine. Honestly, it's not gonna matter. But let's do it.
So yeah, I'm gonna throw some coins to the ground, and I'm gonna make like I'm picking them up, and I'm just gonna be pretending that, and like facing away so that they see the uniform but not my face.
So you're dropping coins, you got a net hidden in your tunic, and then you're facing the opposite direction from them? Is that what you said?
Whatever's coming.
Okay. For those of you on the map, so Elvira and Petal, show me where you want to hide. Because you two, you said you wanted to hide. Right? Unless I misunderstand. Do you know where you want to hide?
Watch.
You want to watch?
Like I mean, I'll be in a position to like take somebody down, but like this is Gary's plan. I'll back him up. You know, like I'm
picked up on the island on the ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so where you? Okay, I just want to know where I put Cassandra because she's gonna come over and join you. Like, are you gonna stay?
Okay,
where
so
characters are?
Elvira is where I want to be, maybe a little bit closer. So like maybe like right here.
Okay, so she's gonna clamber up and stealth here in a kind of like laying prone on the ground and grab her crossbow out. And as you guys are right after you get settled down, a minute or two later, the creatures actually show themselves. There's 3 of them. One of them looks a little different than the other 2. He's got some stuff strapped to his back. One of them advances up and actually, let's see, Gary's facing the wrong direction then, like away from
Right,
them.
I'm gonna get Petal's attention. Like,
Okay. What's your deception roll, Gary?
A deception roll. Ooh.
You beat his perception on that, so I think perception would be a fair. So he doesn't notice that you have fur instead of scales on the parts of you that are showing, because he is too concerned about the gold that's on the ground. He stoops down and starts grabbing it. The other one that looks like him behind him rushes up and tries to do the same. In fact, they kind of like get into a little bit of a squabble trying to grab the gold. They don't seem to mind that you're just standing there.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be pretending like I'm gathering, the same gold. But like, once they get close enough, whichever one would be further. Well, would I notice it? Would I be able to see that there are differences between them?
These 2 are, for all intents and purposes, the same. So they're twins.
I am going to throw that net over the one that is furthest from the group.
Furthest from the group. Oh man, he's too far to throw. I mean, he's 30 feet away.
So if he's 30 feet away, how is he on the ground with me collecting my coins?
Oh, the furthest one away from you is not the one collecting coins. That's why. There's 2 next to you collecting coins. One's 5 feet, one's 10 feet. And then there's a third who's 30 feet away.
And the third
one is, the 2 that are close to me. Of those 2, the one that is furthest from the group, I'm going to throw my net on.
Furthest. Oh, from from the party? Furthest from the party? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, from the ones that are preparing to do whatever they're going to do, because they can take out the other ones.
Okay, I gotcha. I was really confused for a moment there. So, roll to throw it.
So what would I guess just a D20?
You've
Yes, no?
done athletics in the past, I think at least once. This is a first net throw? This is the first net
Okay.
throw.
Oh, come on.
3. Oh. It gets caught on your belt as you're pulling it off and flops down on the ground, helpless, landing on the coins that they're collecting. The two stop and look at you. And then one pulls his dagger out.
Okay, the one that pulls his dagger out, I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Okay, I need to remove the status effect because this guy did not get netted after all. Oop, he did not die either. You're gonna try to grapple him. So I believe that's a contested strength check, right?
It is.
Let's see what the kobold gets for strength.
So I'll roll my.
Oh. Yes.
I'll roll my. Are you kidding me?
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Why did he roll twice?
I am getting garbage rolls today.
I don't know why the kobold rolled twice. That's weird. It's just because that's definitely not what I wanted. I'm sorry, what? The kobold got nat 20 on that.
Okay.
So your attempt to grapple is a miss.
He's grappling.
And I would say, well, you're not holding any weapons as you try to do. Are you trying to grapple him with the net? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I was just gonna try and grapple him in general. I was just like, all right, net's done. Just grapple him, grab him.
Okay, so as you try to do that, he knocks you back, and that's enough for the other two to draw their weapons as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll initiative, please. I'm going to add
14.
real quick, before you roll initiative, let me add the initiative tracker so I don't have to do this the hard way. Add turn. For sake of simplicity, I know some people do this. I'm going to have one single turn for all of the kobolds. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to try it out with this encounter. Now go ahead and add your roll for initiative. Oops, wrong thing. Hang on a second. I think my cat's knocked something over in the other room. I want to make sure nothing bad happened. Okay, I'm back now. My cats decided they wanted to check out my little engine project on my workbench, and so they knocked over some tools and some starting fluid or something. Yeah, they're curious little things. What was I doing? 1d20. What did I get? Wow, 4. And Cassandra gets a 19. Dang. Alright, that makes Cassandra first. She's got a vantage point. Let's make sure what her distance is. Oh, piece of cake. She can hit anyone from up here. She's going to do a crossbow attack. For a 9. I think that misses. That is a miss. Cassandra misses. She spends the rest of her turn moving. And then it goes to Petal.
Now, do I get advantage because I'm attacking from stealth, right?
Oh, yes, and I would need to do that for Cassandra, too. See if that changes anything. Oh, she got a 24. That definitely hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll your thing. I'll just deduct the damage she does. She did 8. Wow, 8 damage.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm going to take a shot at the big guy in the back, the one that looks different.
Where did you go? Oh, there
Okay.
you are. Cassandra left.
Let's see what you do.
That'll be 10 points of damage.
He's dead. Oh, yep, he's got -5 health. Yep, that's what I meant. That's, wow, good job. You knocked out the inventor. He's gonna move his initiative over to the other two now. Anything else, Paddle?
I did what I came here to do.
Got it. Elvira, your turn. Oh, Gary, I missed your initiative. What's yours?
16.
16. Okay, so you'd be before Elvira. I just realized I hadn't put it in. All right, so Gary, your turn.
I'm gonna double down, and I'm gonna running, and I'm gonna try and tackle again that furthest kobold. And I'm hoping to tackle him to the ground so that it's just arms, no weapons.
Okay. Go ahead and give it another shot.
Yeah.
Gotta be proud of that, guys. Gotta be proud of that.
Where is it?
What do you make?
16 to a 14. You knock one kobold. Well, I'm sorry. You grapple one kobold.
Okay.
I don't ever know what grappled is. Status.
So grappled means you have a hold of them, and they can't move away from you, but they can still attack and take regular actions. And it's an opposed either their choice, strength or athletics or acrobatics check to get away.
Okay.
They can take actions.
Yep.
Other than.
Yep. They can attack.
Nice.
5e has changed everything with grapple. Lovely. All right.
Yeah, I mean.
That makes no sense to me, but okay.
It's real different than 3.5.
Yeah.
You're. It's an entirely different set of rules at this point.
Yeah, just wait till you hear about D&D or one D&D coming out. I hear people are really upset about that one.
Yeah, I don't know why yet.
It's because they're video gamifying it. They're making it dependent on the visuals. So we are doing visuals just for the additional flavor. It basically is going to become like a video game where kids playing it aren't going to be able to think creatively about how they do anything because they're only going to be thinking about what's in front of them. So where Gary was like, can I find a rock and throw it onto the leaf trap? He thought of that himself, where kids are going to be like, okay, what can I find around here that I can pick up and use to my advantage? They're going to look for what's actually placed there. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be like Skyrim instead of D&D, which is a problem.
Okay.
Anyway. That moves us over to Elvira. Sorry, Elvira.
It's gonna have me a snack, so. Oh, Barbara's gonna come. You know what? I'm gonna take a longbow shot at one of their feet.
Ooh, okay.
The one furthest from Gary that he's trying to throw the net at.
You want to shoot the feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because I want to capture this one. I don't want to kill it yet.
All right, so -2 to your attack roll for specifying which body part.
All right, cool. Better be good. It's not gonna work, but 5.
Oh man, nope, that does not hit. I'm so sorry. It clatters off the ground next to the kobold, and makes it. Just kind of skitters all the way out of sight. Skitters? Is that a word?
I
Skips.
meant to mess with that one. I yell at him.
I meant to miss. The kobold gives you a bit of a
This
wicked
time.
smile. Kobold's turn. Okay, so one's going to try to break free. He's going to do a a strength check. 13. See if you beat a 13.
No.
Okay, so he breaks free. That's the end of his move. And now the other one is going to do an attack with his dagger. Why is it rolled twice? That's so weird.
Because if you're running like monster manual kobolds, they get pack tactics.
Oh, that's what the 23 is. Thank you for clearing that up.
And like I don't know if you're running your own version or not.
No,
but
I'm not.
We're running, yeah, then they do get pack tactics.
Well, he misses entirely with his dagger, and this guy peels off out of sight. He gone. But the one you that just broke free is still there.
Wouldn't Gary get an attack of opportunity when the guy ran?
Yes, you're right. I always forget about that. Go ahead and make an opportunity attack, Gary, on the one that just ran off. You very well could kill him. Oh! Yep. Well, damage times 2. I don't think that guy's going to survive.
So, would I believe the rapier I've got on my belt there? Just snack.
I think that's reasonable.
Okay. So, let me check that.
Dang it, I need... I make these too easy. Way too easy.
I don't think so. Anyway.
Yeah, he's dead.
All right. So, as he does that, he's gonna sit there, like, as he does this, right before he does the stab, he's gonna go, "Silence is golden, but my rapier is silver."
Oh dear. He dramatically falls down to the ground, oddly reminiscent of a C-level movie actor who has had one really terrible movie under his belt, and he like falls to the ground all dramatically and like kicks and goes bleh at the end.
Does he ragdoll and then?
Oh yeah, and then he ragdolls and all of a sudden just kind of flies off into nowhere. Yeah, and there's like this remnant of a weirdly stretched texture going off into the sky. Yeah, that's what happens. Yes. Video game physics at its finest. There's still one kobold alive, and it is now Cassandra's turn. She makes a crossbow attack. A 16. Let's see if that hits. 16 hits. Yeah, thank you for Zach. I recognize that, and I did kind of have a plan, but it has already been foiled, so...
Hey, listen, you can do what I do in Star Wars every single time we play, where it's like, oh, they're going through my minions quickly. Guess who had backup waiting in the wings?
Well, as you guys kill this kobold, he lets out an ear-splitting scream, and 5 more appear on the top, and they start shouting and chanting and screaming in their draconic speech. I'm not even going to bother putting them up there yet.
How close together are they?
I'm going to say they're all lined up right next to each other.
How far away from Gary are they?
They are 30 feet as the, well, not adding the vertical. Let's say they're 50 feet up, I guess.
50 feet up and 30 feet as the monkey flies.
Yeah.
So, since I have a regular movement speed of 20 feet climbing, and I can use my dash action to make another movement, I want to grab my net and kind of like put it into my mouth as I run to the cliff, go up that cliff, and then I want to throw the net on them.
Oh my gosh. Wait. So you want to, what was the first thing? Because I remember the run, I got the run and the throw the net part, but what was the first part again?
I was mentioning my climbing speed, which is sufficient to climb that on its own if I was right next to it. And then I mentioned that my dash action can get me next to it, basically.
Okay.
I thought it was 50 feet up to the top of the canyon. Or is that just the island?
Well, he said 30 feet away, and then he said, but that doesn't count the vertical, and then he said 50.
This is a
So I assume
flaw
that
with
means
me trying
20
to be too realistic, because a canyon wouldn't be the same height everywhere, and I keep thinking about that and like, oh, it's a little bit lower here and it's a little bit higher here. So let's just go with, it would be, as the crow flies, it would be 50 feet, so I think you'd have enough movement speed on the ground and climbing to make it up there. But I'm going to try to be a little more clear next time.
No, that was my bad. I misunderstood.
Oh, that's okay. That is all right. Gary, are you? You can't see this, but it will literally put you 5 feet from them, from all of them, if you do that.
He wouldn't be able to see that from down there.
I don't have a choice. I am throwing that net on them, and I'm hoping to get all the ones that are right in front of me. Yeah.
Okay.
Double
this
down.
is
Here we go.
very strange. Okay. All right, make your throw, your athletics check for the net. How big is a net?
Oh, yes.
I forget how big the net is. I know it's probably.
That I don't know.
I got a quick check.
Yep.
Because otherwise I don't know how many get hit. It says a large or smaller creature, so I'm going to be generous and say you can fit 3 small creatures with one net.
I appreciate the generosity.
I think that's pretty reasonable. And what was you got like a 19 or something?
16.
Man, you tangle 3 of them.
Woo!
I'm gonna give them the status effect of netted. There we go. Pedal.
I'm going to take a pot shot at one of the unnetted ones.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
I'm very surprised. Okay, excellent.
I am too.
Well, there's 5 points of piercing damage.
They are kobolds. That one dead.
I thought it's just about using the exact right amount of force.
You literally perfectly nailed the AC and the damage on that guy. One more or one less would have been right above or right below.
Get it.
I don't know how you're managing this. That's cool. Elvira.
Wait, let me check one more thing. Oh, yeah, so the very last one, Firebolt.
All right, let's see what it does.
Hmm. 13?
That hits.
Ooh, yes. 8 damage.
All right, that guy's dead too. All right, so at this point, if you want to drop initiative, you may. The 3 are trapped. They haven't gotten out yet, but Gary's definitely there. Could probably keep them trapped with a strength check. If you want to do an opposed strength check to keep them trapped and drop initiative, that would be reasonable.
How much damage would they take if they fell off that cliff?
Let me quick remember how many falling damage.
They would die instantly.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
pretty
do that.
sure because they don't
Yeah,
have
that's
enough.
basically what I'm looking for. Is if they would die instantly if I just threw them.
Yeah, I just want to know what the actual number is. 1d6 for every 10 feet of fall, so it would literally die. They would die at 10 feet. And
Okay,
you've got about like 25, 30 feet or so, something like that. So you could definitely kill.
You'd have to roll all ones. It would be arbitrary.
Even the strongest one of those 3, because there's one that's in there that's different, would die on that fall.
Okay.
Do you want to keep them from breaking free with an opposed strength check?
Yeah. Yeah, I will do that. I was just trying to think if there was anything that I could do to change my circumstances, and I don't think there is. So yeah.
Elvira
Strength check.
can she dash over there to help him and give him advantage?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay. So, boop-a-doop. Gross. And I have advantage, right?
And yes,
And whoa! I doubled it.
That actually perfectly matches their check, and I give ties to the players, not NPCs. I just prefer it that way. So you managed to keep the 3 of them. You managed to keep them trapped. Good job.
I want to go and search all the kobolds that we got, especially the 2 that were in like the special robe, that like the leader-looking ones. Well, y'all, I don't care about what's it called, interrogating the other ones.
So you're
Yeah, I'll talk to the one. I'll try to talk to the one that looks different. I'll tell all of them like, hey, stop fighting. Stop trying to escape, or we'll kill you.
dang, you've killed a lot of kobolds today.
But I'll blatantly start going through each of them,
Okay, so
of the dead ones.
where's the kobold?
Do you need
Oh, there it is.
Gary to continue holding them?
I would say until we get them to like agree to be cooperative.
Okay.
Okay, so you find on each of the normal kobolds, because there's 6 normal kobolds, you just find a mix of slings and daggers and tunics. They are all practically holding the same thing. One of them has like a weirdly painted rock. It's got some sort of design on it. Doesn't stand out to you as meaning anything in particular. And then the kobold inventor has a basket with a lid on it that's kind of like tied shut with some cord.
Open it?
You want to open it?
Yeah.
Do it. Should be hilarious.
Okay.
For the record, I would like it to be known that Petal is very far away from them.
Yeah, so as you open that up, you you are covered in centipedes, and they are.
Ew!
Oh, I didn't mean to broadcast that to you.
You're dead.
Wait, how do I do the It doesn't say anything for how to roll the damage for the basket of centipedes.
2d6 psychic damage.
Is that what it is? Okay, thank you.
I don't know. I'm making that up.
Oh, I was trusting you. Basket of centipedes. I'm gonna let Google do it. Swarm of
I was gonna
centipedes.
say like P4 psychic damage, maybe. Just fear.
It is a +3 to hit, 44. 20 plus 3 does a 12 hit.
12 hit.
I believe so. I think. Yep.
Okay, so they do 8 damage, and then they do not disperse yet. They are still there. It's technically initiative, so you can fight back.
What would I do? I guess I would do a bunch of unarmed strike. Or
Take a restraint combat.
What do you have for physical weapons?
no, I'm trying to get centipedes off of me.
Oh, you're trying to get centipedes off of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd have to do unarmed strike unless you had one of the daggers, which
I don't.
If you wanted to say you had a kobold dagger.
Oh no! I have prestidigitation. Can that take off? Because it does that cleaning thing.
Can't you also lift an object a certain amount with prestidigitation?
I don't think so.
Not lifting. Hold on. You can create instantaneous, harmless sensory effects such as you can instantaneously light stuff out, a candle, instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So if I could do it like 3 or 4 times just to get them off of me.
I could see it making sense if you chilled the cubic foot of material below you. Oh, non-living material, so it would have to be the ground.
No, I'm talking about either you instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
But cleaning and soil, simply cleaning an object isn't the creatures at all.
Yeah, because it can't be a living object, unfortunately.
It's like you can have a clean or a dirty jacket.
What you could do
The dirty clean. That's not going to affect the squirrel crawling around on it.
You could do your first level abjuration shield spell.
I've already used
Oh, have you used all your spell slots?
pretty much. Hold on, yeah.
Oh, you got 2 left. You just need to take a long rest to restore those.
I can use shield to take them off then?
It would prevent them probably... Let's just say it would make it more difficult for them to bite you the next round.
Oh, okay. Let's go with that then. We need to take. I need to take a rest soon then.
You're getting whipped on by some centipedes.
I know. And then, is there any bonus action?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. So if you do that, then they attack one more time, +2. Does a 16 hit with that shield up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just barely.
alright.
It didn't change my armor class at all.
No, but you add 5 to it, so it would be 16.
Oh, it is 6. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So I mean, it just barely hits.
They do 9 damage, and then they disperse.
Negative then. But I'm negative now.
Oh shoot!
I need to do saving throw.
You need to do a death saving throw. Oh, the first one of the game. Wow.
Okay, how do I do this?
And those centipedes are nasty.
They are nasty, aren't they? Gee willikers. They picked a bad. Well, it was a bad player character to attack. Well, good for them.
Okay.
You want to know a fun fact that's a little cringy about me and this? This is the first death saving throw I've ever had a player go through.
Really?
Yes, I am way too bad at making
Yeah.
things easy.
I failed.
Well, you got 2 more. I think. You should. Unless you've died twice and you didn't tell me.
No. You don't have to roll it just now.
Okay,
Because
never mind.
if we're still in like initiative and stuff.
Oh, they have dispersed. They are gone now.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Gary have a good lockdown on these 3 that are in the net? Like, if I help Elvira, are they going to escape?
They won't escape.
I feel like you would have a better chance of holding them down. I just don't know what I could do for Elvira.
Yeah.
If you take a moment and help Gary put some pythons in the ground, you got enough time to do that and then help Elvira.
Okay.
Cassandra's, you know what? Cassandra's going to come over. Because I just remembered something. Okay. Ooh. This is going to be fun. Elvira gets a dirty 20. And does 6. Oh, maybe this doesn't work. Actually, I need to consult one of you GMs. If Cassandra uses her Staff of Healing, will that help this? I can't remember.
Yes, it automatically brings them back to life and sets them at whatever the hit points gained is. So if it was 6,
6.
and alive and at 6 hit points.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have 6 health, and then I think.
How do I get out of this?
So now Elvira is down 1 charge on that. Or sorry, not Elvira. I meant to say Cassandra is down 1.
Sandara.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know why it won't let me mark that I used 1 charge. Let's see. Oh, it regains charges daily at dawn. Oh, okay. I thought it was destroyed after it ran out of charges. Perfect. Oh, that was a great test. Okay, so what we've learned is Cassandra is the medic, so don't get Cassandra killed. Because that staff requires attunement. She's the only one who is attuned to it, so.
I was going to say, I'm sorry. Did you say heals 3 times a day, recharges on dawn?
She has 10 charges, and she can do... It requires a different amount of charges each time. There's Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration, and Mass Cure Wounds. It recharges 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20 on a 1. The staff vanishes in a flash of light, lost forever. So yeah, it's pretty powerful.
We can be a lot more aggressive.
Yes. This is why Cassandra's level 4 and not 3. You just didn't. You probably didn't know that.
Pretty aggressive.
The kobold inventor is like seething to be trapped in this net. The other 2 look more like they just want to get out and escape.
I'm going to speak to them in Draconic, and I'm going to be like, "Hey, man, we're not here to fight you. Specifically, that's not why we're here. We got attacked by your guys. You know, this doesn't have to go down that way. We can all still get out of this alive. Well, not the ones we killed, but you guys can still get out of this alive."
The other 2 normal kobolds are receptive to that. The inventor is still a little bit angry, as in he's like he just wants to punch someone's face in, basically. He's just ticked off. The other 2 are scared, and so they're willing to just like not fight to leave.
He's butthurt.
Yes.
Okay.
He mad.
I don't roll a check.
Nah.
Okay. In that case, I'm probably just gonna point blank put an arrow in the big guy that doesn't seem to be with the program, and then have a conversation with the two that are still there.
The other two, they give the stereotypical sniveling excuses of, we didn't want to do it, or it's not our fault. We're just doing what we're told, and
like, no, we know you're minions. We know.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm gonna like kind of get down on their level, like still ready to kill both of them if I have to. But like get down on one knee. If it's like no, it's okay, it's fine. Work with me. And I tell them that we're looking for the
Temple of Thrond.
Thank you. Yes, I was just looking for the note there. Yes, the temple. I tell them we're looking for a temple called Thrawn. I don't know if you know. We think it's up this canyon. We actually don't have any beef with your people at all, and would be happy to negotiate some sort of, permission to pass through if that's something that can be done.
One of them is daft as a post and has no idea what you're talking about. The other one remembers that it had one time been considerably further north, and by considerable, that's subjective. These guys have kind of lived in this area their entire short lives. Actually, kobolds live a long time, but these two are young. And so he knows, he says, he in his draconic speech tells you that the cave is less than a day's walk north, and that he is just fine not telling the rest of the clan that you're here, as long as you let him live.
I'm down with that. Which direction is the clan so we know to not go there?
Yes.
Because we don't want to accidentally stumble on and have to kill a whole bunch more kobolds.
He actually
sound like a good time.
was just about to tell you it is that direction.
Okay, so if we stay in the canyon and keep going, we're gonna hit the temple, and if we just kind of keep away from there, when we're good.
Yep. He said, avoid. There's a little spot that he tells you to avoid. That's pretty easy to distinguish. There's a little like a little ramshackle hut or something down at the bottom of the canyon, a little bit further down the way, where there's another one or two kobolds posted up. But if you stay on the west side of the canyon, they practically won't see you, because of that side will be a little bit lower, and then you won't run into the kobolds. But if you go northeast, it won't be long till you run into their clan, which he makes it sound like they're really big and powerful.
Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna avoid your clan because we have no reason, to go hassle you guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to avoid you guys coming back, but I don't know. Maybe let some of your buddies know. Hey, just let them go. They're not here to mess with us, because we're not. I'm gonna kind of look at Gary and Elvira and be like, we're not, right?
No, I don't want to fucking go.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no, man, we're not. We have no desire to mess with your stuff. So.
Gary needs to. So when he does that look, I think Gary's gonna have to try and hold back his desire to want to chomp on the two kobolds that are there, though.
Good grief.
You're a strange, racist little cannibal.
You are a barbarian. Oh my goodness. But that's fine if that's what Gary is, I guess.
Well, he now hates lizard folk, and kobolds are as good as lizard folk to him,
The kobold, the smart kobold who told you all this, he finally says, "Will you let us go? Let us go! I told you everything."
Yeah, I'll give Gary the signal. Let him out of the net. Yeah, we'll let him go. I'll shake their hand.
Just take off, running for the hills. Well, running for the trees. They are gone.
Okay.
So somebody with a pen and paper, I'll need you to calculate some XP for me. There are 2 inventors, each at 50. So 100 XP for the 2 inventors you killed. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6 times 25, so another 300. Sorry, not 300, 125, isn't it?
250 total.
Yeah, there you go. So you get 250 XP for the deaths.
Awesome.
I would really like to keep going, but I realize it's getting late. I was hoping I would get you to the Temple of Thrawn. This was a complete detour.
Oh, can we set up camp and take a long rest before we end the night?
Yes. Can I move you over to the experience? Just divide amongst you 3.
Yeah. Has somebody been marking down that experience? Because
I have
I
been.
feel like we should be leveling up by now.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Okay.
You're getting close.
We each get 250 then?
Yeah. No.
Why does this map never load? I don't get it.
We each get 84 experience points.
Okay, you know what? This is actually a good place to stop once you guys take a set up camp and take a long rest. Because the map I would use for the entry to the cave is not on here.
I'm at 6. Can I recover the full health of the long rest as well?
Yes.
You may,
Okay.
yeah. That's how that works, yep. You're gonna each of you deduct 2 gallons of water and 1 set of rations as well for the day. And you are now down to 19 uses for each of those salves. This has been a full day since you applied it.
Water can.
And Guy is still taking care of the others at the river. Boy, this is going to be a problem if Eli's here for the next session. We'll have to come up with some sort of magical teleportation thing, I guess. Okay. Sounds like a good place to stop.